The Von Erich family of wrestlers defined an age in wrestling that would see their names cemented in history and their legacy preserved in the Hall of Fame. But theirs was a story that was also plagued by tragedy. So much so that many referred to it as the Von Erich curse. But now, decades later, as movie stars Zac Efron, Harris Dickinson, Jeremy Allen White, and more bring the Von Erich story to a new generation, the family have also been immortalized in Hollywood, in The Iron Claw.
Ever since I was a child, people said my family was cursed. Mom tried to protect us with God. Pop tried to protect us with wrestling. He said if we were the toughest, the strongest, nothing had ever hurt us. I believed him. We all did.
Director and writer of The Iron Claw, Sean Durkin, first approached movie star Zac Efron to play the role of Kevin Von Erich. It was a role central to the film because Kevin is the beating heart of the story. He embodies the duality of a soft-hearted family man encased in the body of a physically intimidating wrestler, and it is fascinating to watch. The role also presented Zac Efron with an opportunity to continue to grow his repertoire as a dramatic actor, which is what his more recent roles in movies have enabled him to showcase.
Judita DaSilva, Arise News, Nigeria. The first question is for Zac. You found a really great synergy between performance and aesthetic because you physically transformed yourself for this role. But even though you're physically imposing on screen, you play a man that's very tender in nature. So how did you find that balance and sustain that balance without ever veering off into making a caricatured performance, which is very easy to do in the world of wrestling?
That's a great question. That so much of it was Sean Durkin, our director. He helped me in that endeavor, but also I think that was just the beauty of Kevin Von Erich. That's how he is in person. I know because I actually got to meet him after we filmed. But he's just a loving, caring, sensitive, and maybe at times like stoic, I guess. That's what made him so fun to play, was that clash that you're talking about.
Morning.
Pants tomorrow, please, David.
Perry, I want you to join your brothers in the ring.
Yes, sir. I love that. Woo!
Now, we all know Kerry's my favorite, then Kev, then David, then Mike. But the rankings can always change.
What do you want in life, Kevin Von Erich?
More ribs?
I want to be with my family. Be with my brothers.
What do you like to do with your brothers?
A poignant theme throughout The Iron Claw is the bond of brotherhood, which, while fortified in the wrestling ring, also serves as a means of survival in the shadow of a domineering father whose ambition for his sons is almost suffocating, and yet their desire to fulfill his dreams motivates them to continue at all cost, no matter how dear. This is hauntingly captured in the performances of Jeremy Allen White on the back of his critically acclaimed success in the TV series The Bear, and star of the Palme d'Or winning film Triangle of Sadness, British actor Harris Dickinson.
And for Harris, when you're playing this character of David, you already know how it ends. The audience knows how it ends because it's a true story, it's well documented. So how do you stay objective and in the moment and take us on the journey with you without ever making us feel like anything you're doing in the moment is informed or influenced by what we know is inevitably going to happen in the end?
That's a really good question. I don't know. I feel like all you can really do is not play any of the subtext or any of the foreshadowing. Like, you can't really try and think about what's going to happen in after scenes. I always think about that in just each day at work is like, all right, what is today? And then sometimes questions arise about like, oh, where did I just come from? Or But it doesn't really matter where I'm going. Like, that's not going to influence my performance, because, not to be too like prophetic or philosophical, but humans, we don't think like that, right? We don't think like what's we can't perceive our fate. So yeah, just try and just chill and be in the moment with it.
Beautifully put.
Together, we can do anything.
We're here to restore justice to the Wrestling Federation that our father built with his own 2 hands. The hands that were passed down to us. The hands that will deliver the Iron Claw to you.
So what do you think? Like, we're alive.
I love your family, Kevin.
You know we're uncle?
Yes, sir.
Oh, man, that makes me so happy.
I'll talk to you about something, Mom. Dad's too tough on us. You gotta say something.
Baby, that's what your brothers are for.
Feel that? You feel that? That's pressure.
The true life story of the Von Erich brothers is the stuff of wrestling legend, not only for their achievements in the ring, but also the insurmountable loss they suffered as a family. It was a story so vast, Sean Durkin had a task finding a way to capture as much of it as he could in one film, while also doing it in a way that captured the truth of the story and honored the cultural impact of the family.
And Zac, I mean, even for my family, I have 3 brothers. We're insane for wrestling, the WWF. When you decide to step into telling the story that's so special, so important, and so tragic in the history of wrestling, do you feel that the Iron Claw, because I saw a talk you gave where you said that there's just so much to the story. No filmmaker can capture the totality of a human life in one film. But does the Iron Claw really give a holistic understanding of the Von Erich family overall for the audience?
Wow, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Yes,
I'm a film student, so I'm
you're really fun to talk to. I think the Iron Claw, it really does succeed in that undertaking. It's, I credit to Sean and to Kevin, and I mean, we really got to sort of explore and live this story through a really fantastic director, and the whole experience, all of these actors, this whole group, this team that got together. I think we gave it 100%, and I think it shows on camera. So it's exciting. It's definitely an undertaking, and I'm really, really proud of it. I hope everyone enjoys it.
And bravo to you and all the team. You really did a wonderful job, and thank you for talking to us in Nigeria.
Thank you so much. You're so sweet.
Thank you.
The challenge of family, the pain of grief, the pursuit of love, and the finding of self. They sound like the very themes of life itself, and they define the Iron Claw and its story of Kevin Von Erich, a man who went from second son to only son, even though all he ever wanted was a wife and kids and to spend his life surrounded by his brothers. However, in spite of Kevin's sad tale of survival, this film certainly reassures the audience of the enduring power of a good heart.
You're pushing too hard.
I'm fine, Kev. Seriously, I'm just sick.
I'm scared, man. It all out of control.
That's a terrible accident.
I should have stopped him. I need to think about my family.
Your job is to wrestle. Live up to that deal, or we are through. I told you to look out for him!
I just love being out there with you guys. It's the only thing that matters to me.
The Bonner will forever be the greatest family in the history of wrestling.